up and hide bodies now.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dose of Dysfunction. I am your life coach, and with me is the resident redneck.
Howdy, y'all.
Well, now that you've said that, I can't. You kinda outed me.
I didn't know.
I had no idea. Well, no, I am not. Save myself from...
My lawyer is going to want me to say this.
Right. I plead the 5th and the 7th and the 23rd.
All
I
of
don't know. Whichever
I claim
one
all of them.
absolves me from any of this.
I was deaf, hungover, and intoxicated. I cannot be held responsible for my said actions or accusations.
I am sorry, Ossifer, but you have cut the wrong man. My name is Inigo Montoya. But, well, so...
Oh,
what?
Well, we had a minor in the live, and she's like, you couldn't have waited for me to boot the minor?
Oh, whoops.
Because, yes, this is an adult show, and we talk about adult things, and if that upsets you, then you can take your Karen attitude and go fuck yourself.
Yeah, kind of. I mean...
Because I could give 2 fucks.
Yeah. We do our thing. So, Brock, what do we want to talk about?
Well, we were going to talk about, obviously, your concert of returning back to your younger years.
Very much so.
Fanboyed out pretty hard this last week.
I did. I was very excited for this. And
I had to go watch a bunch of old guys sing music on a stage in a barn.
Yes. Yes. But you're missing a few facts. Have you ever been... First of all, I went to see... and the first stop was there. So this was the first stop on the tour.
Okay.
I went to go see the Everclear 30th anniversary tour. So Everclear headlined.
Right, basically the old guy party.
Mm-hmm.
30-year anniversary is fucking decent.
Yeah, it is decent. And considering the last time I got to see Everclear live was 23 years ago, at least. It would have been in...
When you were a young stud.
I wouldn't go young stud, but I do believe it was in 99 was the last time I got to see him.
Yeah, well, I mean, shit, that's...
Yeah, that's...
You'd have been a young buck.
Right, I would have been 19.
Yep.
So, and they were really kind of getting into that peak of popularity at that time.
Right.
And
starting to become super popular, but not... They were in that transition stage? Going from small town shows to larger town shows?
Yeah, they were peaking, and they'd already had some hit stuff. But yes, I mean, that was in their height of popularity, probably, right around there. And then they also came with a band called Fastball.
Okay. Which
same time, that 90s, mid to late 90s was their peak time.
Right.
Which they have several really good songs.
Seriously? Everclear? That's what Carly said. I don't know. Maybe she's jacked. There's no exclamation points or anything, so I don't know what to...
Oh. Everclear's great. I don't care what you say.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, no, it was awesome.
Actually, in their case, it's probably physical damage.
I'll get to that, actually.
Oh, shit.
Kind of.
One of them has a heart attack on stage.
No. This version of Everclear is not... Really, Everclear is Art Alexakis, the lead singer, because he wrote all the music and everything. The guys playing with him right now are not the same guys that started the band with him.
Did he at least pick all old guys?
No, they're younger guys.
Dang it.
But, that being said, and then the Nixons opened up for him, which they have some newer music now, but they too had probably more popularity at that same time. And
right.
So
they're still trying.
They are. Saying. Yeah, and they were pretty decent too. Well, first it was at, and this isn't, I'm not getting paid to promote this, so But well, I'd never been there. It was at Stoney's Roadhouse in Emmett.
Mm-hmm. Let me preference this. If we are getting paid to say anything, we will be fucking excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
if we don't jump right off the screen and punch you in the face with it, we're probably not being paid for it.
this is just where we happen to be the concert, and for people non-Idaho, Emmett's not a big place.
No,
So
5,000.
yeah, I think
now?
so. 5,000-6,000 people.
Yeah, and that only happened within the last 4 years.
Yeah, more
Since they made
popularly
the highway worth driving down.
Yeah, more popularly known for its cherry festival.
Yeah, it's still small town enough to have a cherry festival where you get to come out and pick cherries out of buckets or off of trees, and this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually called fucking labor, but all the Californians who have moved into this state are stupid enough to think, oh, it's so fun.
Yeah, so anyway, so Stoney's Roadhouse is this, and it's only been around a couple years, I guess. But
yeah, it's fairly new.
Yeah, what's interesting about it is it's like, I tell you, it's kind of like a big barn, but not so much because it's really close to the railroad. So it's more like.
I think it used to be an old pole barn for pulling stock and shit off of trains.
I do believe you are correct. And so this venue is actually outside, but still has cover over a good chunk of it. And it's just really cool. And I posted some pictures and stuff, but it's super cool inside.
Yeah, I see the TikToks.
Yeah. But what's kind of neat is, so you have the band area, then you have the stage, and you have a little, like, what you'd consider the floor. And it's not super big. Don't get me wrong.
Isn't it dirt?
No, it's wood.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they've built a floor, but if you're looking at the stage, to the left of the stage, though, they have a bunch of like tables and barroom stuff and that, so you can like sit, and they had like a food truck and stuff. So it's like a bar and club, and it's just kind of a cool venue.
Right.
They had like hay bales thrown out in certain areas that you could sit on. And
we got to get that old country bumpkin vibe going on in that, boys.
But plus, like, I think one of the like stations, like online station, they were promoting was like Country AF radio. So like that, it's just not something. When it came across, I was like, really? Why would they go play out there of all places? You know,
right.
But once we were out there watching, it was like, oh, this place is badass. You know, it was cool as shit. And actually, we ended up getting to park really close. Even for the amount of people that are there, we were able to. There was no rows to it, but we got on the floor when fastball came on, and we were, 6 feet from the stage, right back there. So we got to get up all real close.
Right.
One of the things I found really interesting, though, and this is tattoos, and we'll talk about it, 'cause, like, this is like a total, when we talk generations, this is where all the Gen Xers came out. Like, everybody there were a few younger people, but everybody there, for the most part, I would tell you, the vast majority of that crowd was over 40. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Over 40. It was all going back to high school, junior high days of all these people. Which
Carly apparently just put Gushers in a fruit roll-up and ate it.
I can see that working.
Me too.
That doesn't sound
bad.
bad.
We may be trying this out next week.
We might have to try that. I'm game.
Okay, so all the tattoos are older than 40, or the people are older than 40.
Yeah, you saw people that I guarantee I probably saw at a show 20 years ago. Like, that was
back in their prime.
Back in their prime. And unfortunately, I grew up small town too. I didn't get a chance to go to a lot of shows and stuff like that. So I really wish at that time that I could have seen some of these bands.
Right.
But so Fastball is a band we really wanted to see, and they were really cool. And they obviously are getting older too. They hadn't played together as a trio in like almost 20 years. And so that was only the second concert.
Like a reunion.
Yeah, where they were back together and playing again. And they did a
Oh,
really
man,
good
we worked
job.
20 years to get away from these losers who suck, and now we are again.
I was actually really impressed too, because one of the cool things between the bands, they had like a house DJ. And so the DJ mixed and played music and did that stuff while they set up and took down. So there was constantly like good music, and
Right.
it was a pretty just all in all cool venue. The venue is really cool. I would say if for some reason you have a reason to go out there, or if you see a concert and it says it's there, make the drive, go out there. It's just kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty kick-ass venue. I've seen the pictures and stuff, and I've seen obviously your videos, and it's pretty badass. I mean, you look through the one video where you pan around a little bit, and it's pretty neat how they've hung all the lights in the rafters and how they still have the open top where it's ventilated.
Yeah.
So it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty cool. I would definitely go see somebody there. The biggest thing I think I wouldn't want to do there is see somebody big name.
No,
you don't want to see a big name, especially a big name country concert there.
No, it would be
because they're gonna load that motherfucker with people, and you're not gonna be able to fucking move or breathe or fart, nothing.
No, but that's a venue that screams whether it be country or rock or you're more like bar band style, which I can tell you now, like Everclear is now more like a club band, right? You go see in a smaller venue, club-like setting. So this was a little bit better for it. So one of the cool things that was there, though, and I did post it on social media, when you go to their bathrooms, they have two signs up because it's in kind of an outbuilding, and you go down either sidewalk.
Right.
And one says Bruce with an arrow, and one says Caitlin with an arrow.
Jesus.
And
my God.
And I couldn't think of anything more Idaho than that. That's how they labeled the bathrooms.
I got one. Because I've seen something kind of along the lines of this, and it was, on one it was Let's Go Brandon, and on the other was Let's Go Brenda.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, that's ruthless.
Yeah, that one's pretty ruthless. Okay, so I haven't seen that one, but I did find the Bruce and Caitlin. I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
so I got a kick out of that.
Shit.
But no, they have a little bar. You could get drinks like everywhere. Shit's expensive, but it's still, it was worth it. We hadn't been. It's been a while since we've been to a concert anyway. But anyway, you get to Everclear playing. Everclear, Art Alexakis comes out. He's 60 years old.
Oh my God.
This is when you were saying hurt themselves.
Oh, no.
No, he didn't hurt himself, but he's talking because he'd talk, right? He has MS.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, 60 years old, MS, and we were the first stop on a 30-year anniversary tour that if you look through their tour dates, so like Thursday night they were in Emmett, Idaho. Friday night, they were going to be in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Oh, fuck.
For another show.
He's moving.
Yeah.
That's hauling ass.
If you look at the dates, there's not a lot of I mean, they're like playing show after show after show.
Yeah, love you guys. Good night. And gets on a fucking plane.
No, tour bus. They had
tour bus?
Yes.
Oh, that bitch was warming up.
They had the buses out back. I mean, this is like a hardcore old school tour. And I'm thinking 60-year-old MS, thank God we got to see him the first night, because I just don't know if dude can hold up that long, because you can see how time, age.
Oh, yeah. I've turned 30. I'm currently having the sniffles, and I feel like, holy fuck, 5 years ago, this was nothing.
Yeah. Lifestyle choices.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah. But one of the things I found funny, so we're standing there.
Just pickled on the inside like all the rest of them, though.
Yeah. We're standing there, right? And so when Fastball comes out, my wife kind of wants to get up on the floor because she was super excited about seeing them as much as I would be excited about seeing Everclear.
Right.
Which I was excited. So we go right up to the
Oh, I
stage,
know you were
basically.
excited.
Yeah, no, super jacked.
Bragging about it and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, I
Rubbing it
know
in.
nobody else held that same excitement that I had, but I was.
Yeah, because you were rubbing it in. It was rude.
It wasn't rude. I could see the look on some people's faces, kind of like I don't know her tone for the comment, like Carly Everclear, like
No. She goes. She was like, I haven't thought about them in forever.
yeah.
So she's she's
So
a fan.
yeah,
Where I'm over here like, you fucking old bastard.
yeah. Well, I don't care. It was like that. That takes me right back to a lot of those days. But I'm sitting there. My wife, she takes off to go get another drink and use the restroom. And next thing I know, somebody bumps into me and it's like, oh, I look. And it's this lady. Then she's been drinking. Gives me a high five.
Yeah, woo!
Yeah, she wants a high five. And then she looks at me and goes, you're tall. And I mean, she was not, but I was like,
He was not.
and then so she's just like dancing around. I'm like, oh fuck, this is not gonna be
And
good.
I'm moving.
Oh, you're right. I'm like, my wife's gonna come wandering back here, and this lady's loud, and I can just see this being all sorts of problems. Thank God, right up behind her came her boyfriend or husband or whatever he was. I was like, oh, thank God. But she happened to wind up in front of us, and she was a little wild, but whatever. Everybody kind of
expect that at a concert, though.
Yeah.
Especially a rock concert. I feel like if you go to a classical music concert, probably not going to see somebody jump up, screaming and hollering. But if you're going to go to a rock concert, you should, especially one of an older band, you should be ready for things to go down. Like, old people don't fuck around, and you find out quickly.
Oh, it was great when he does the. And I'm not trying to mock the guy at all because it was a cool show. But when he did
your 15 seconds of fame, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was like, one of the big things in that era of that music was they'd want to get the whole crowd jumping, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so he did that. He's like, everybody jump, you know.
Right.
Again, you're watching this 60-year-old dude jump up and down, and you can tell time's not on his side, right?
Yeah.
He's got an ankle brace on.
He's not going very high anymore.
Yeah. But he came out.
His knees are bent and stretched.
But one of the coolest things about this whole thing and listening to him and just everything he did was he is now in his stage of this career where he's appreciative of everything he's done and the fact that people are going to show out. So he's not asshole rock star, which he was at one time.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
they all are.
You're right. He's not asshole rock star anymore. He's like just happy to be there guy.
Right.
And so the concert was really good. They were playing all their music, you know, good job. You're going through it. Lightning strike somewhere. It takes out the power board or the board.
Oh, shit.
At there. And so they're like dead in the water. And he's like, they can't get mics. They can't get headphones, you know, they played for probably 45 minutes to an hour already. So it wasn't like at the very start, but
take it easy.
I know.
Mike didn't do anything to you.
Oh, well, you know, throwing things around.
Motherfucker.
Right. So, and he's like, I'm sorry. Right. You know, he's apologizing but in typical fashion, normally everybody be out to the tour bus and off the stage. Like, fuck it. We're done. Right. They're hanging out on the stage like they are trying to get this figured out. They're weathering it through, even to the point, and this was really cool, he grabs an acoustic guitar.
Right.
Goes up to the in front of the stage, and he's like, shh, you know, trying to get everybody quiet.
Right.
And he starts playing an acoustic guitar and doing his song.
Right.
Which was cool as shit, right?
Yeah, because you get to see the audible of things going on. Like, and it's not ideal, but we're going to continue working this.
Yeah, he was very appreciative of the crowd and was, you know, giving everybody a show, right? You know, he was, and then he even tried, hey, you know this song, getting people singing along.
Right.
Like, so this was really awesome to kind of watch. Then they got it to come back up.
Okay.
And they were like, he gets on there. He's like, they told me it was this. What the fuck? You know? Right? Right? They make it about 3/4 of a way through a song and it dies again.
Oh shit!
So they're done at this point.
Right.
And you're like, but the whole show has been great. I mean, it was like, it's a bummer
Right.
because you want them to keep going. And like anybody who's been around that long and has that much music, you haven't heard your song yet,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's like, oh man, I want to hear this one. Oh man, I want to hear that one.
Yeah.
Well, one of the cool things was though, he goes over and he asks for a Sharpie. And he starts signing everybody's shit.
Oh,
Like
nice.
just going back and forth across the stage, signing everybody's stuff. Well, during the first, like when it first went out, everybody was trying to get the drummer to do a drum solo. Because like he could have done that and not had.
Tear it up.
He wouldn't
Those
do
things
it.
are loud.
Right, but he couldn't get him to do it. Couldn't get him to do it and everything. Well, he did chuck his drumsticks. Like afterwards, he came up and he threw them into the crowd, like one into each side of the crowd.
Right.
I have a drumstick.
No shit.
Yes.
Nice.
He throws it into the crowd, and about 10 people in front of me and my wife all go for this drumstick. Bounces off of all of them and falls right at my feet. I just
reached second baseman, and you had it.
Yeah, I just reached down and picked up the drumstick and was like, "It's mine now, bitches."
Right. Did you scream? Woo!
No, I didn't scream.
Wow.
That's not really who I am.
I wouldn't have thrown a drumstick at your ass.
He didn't throw it at my ass.
That big guy's not going to scream. Throw it to this lady over here. No problem.
So, but no, it's pretty cool and all that. But what was funny, my wife hung out for a bit and she tried to get, and I do actually think this is really cool of him. He was signing stuff for everybody, but the shirts we bought, they were actually cool enough. You could leave them up with the front deal with your name and your number. They said, because if you happen to forget to get them on your way out, we'll call you and you can come back and get them. That's the small townness of the like, no, it's cool. We'll hook you up.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't forget, but we got him. But my wife tried to get him to sign the drumstick, and he's like, "I'm really sorry, but that's I don't play drums. That's the drummers. I can't. I won't sign the drumstick."
Right.
But and how he did it
if
was,
you caught a piece of guitar, I'd hook you up. But...
Right. They were throwing they were throwing guitar picks and things like that. I mean, he signed anything. People pull out if they had paper tickets or whatever.
Right.
He was signing whatever. He'd signed personal hats and people.
Yep.
He actually really made the effort, which was really, really cool, just to it was interesting to watch somebody who's had that kind of career and everything like that, and to see them being at a point where playing that music and being out there wasn't just this, oh, I'm doing a show and I'm this. It was, he really appreciated being there and really appreciated all the fans and just wanted to do this show. You could kind of see how it seemed to mean as much to those guys on stage as it did to the people.
30 fucking years.
Yeah, but dude, once an
they're
asshole...
lucky that their hands aren't broken. Their fingers still work. Don't need Viagra just to play a show. Hold themselves up with the kickstand there.
Yeah, but there's an arrogance that comes with a lot of those guys that carries through. They still think there's something they're not.
Yeah. What? Why are you looking at me like this? Oh my god, no. We're in the middle of a fucking podcast. Where the fuck did you think I could just run off and help you for a minute?
We can pause it.
Yeah, I guess we can pause it.
Let me hit stop.
Let me learn how to do this.
My shit together.
Anthony?
Oh. My shit is together now that we're recording again. But
all right, sorry. Break in action for accidental swamp cooler outage.
These things happen. These things happen.
Apparently, the air is hot down here now.
Yeah, I'd say I'm a touch warm, but
warm. Okay.
Yeah, we'll survive. I'm not worried about it.
Cold air out of here and stuffed it upstairs, and then I didn't have insulation, so it all just dissipated. Now everything's hot.
Yeah, now everything's hot. Now, but all in all, it was a really, really good show. I mean, it was really cool. But One thing I was going to get into that I found interesting, though, you see all these people come in, right? You have a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
That is where I will say that generation in there, when those guys, that's when I think tattoos really started to become a lot more popular, a lot more the norm and stuff like that. So you got to see all these people come in that have similar jobs to what we have, or professional jobs and stuff like that. But nothing cracks me up more. I don't want to say cracks me up. I'm trying to say this in a nice way, not to offend anybody. But when you see the professional or the soccer mom or the soccer dad, yes, that comes in, they're from that era, and now you see all their tattoos, and they don't.
You see Stacy's mom, and she's fucking just lit and tatted,
and I'm just
like, oh my god, no wonder she's stuck in 85.
Oh, it just you see them, and in my head, I'm going, you're looking at all, and some are still really good tattoos, and some, and just even some of the people. I mean, up near the stage, you've got looks like they work in a business office straight up. Reminds me of when I was a kid,
suit and tie.
Like if my parents went to that show, it's like how they were dressed. You're like, you don't belong at a rock show. Like, this is not
right.
But then you've got I'm sure I probably fall into this. I've got the
but you fit the stereotype of I can't get a tattoo. I can't. It just fuck with me. I can't. If it was just a little wrong, I'd be pissed off. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, but
so you fit into the mentality of white collar, tie, suit.
But that's not how. Like, I don't come dressed up. I'm the same guy all the time in how I dress. Right. It was interesting to watch. It's interesting now to see that generation in those things with the different colored hair still. And, I saw a dude with 2 different pairs of Jordans on.
What?
Yeah. Like, just.
That style faded before I got to it. That's nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You start seeing all these people, and you're just like, oh my gosh. And that lady who bumped into me is like the epitome of it. She looked straight up soccer mom.
Right. That was Stacy's mom, right?
Right. But she's grinding against her boyfriend, shaking her ass, throwing her hands in the air, woo-hooing it. You had the past his prime dude at the front trying to be Art, hey man, like wanting to talk to the bassist and stuff like that. You're watching all these people, and you're just like, oh my god, we're all just a bunch of kids again, myself included. I was jamming out to the music. I was actually kind of dancing and stuff like that, because how could I be embarrassed? They were all a bunch of me.
Yeah.
That's one place where it's like, I could do about the stupidest shit ever, and I'm not going to feel judged, because they're all just as old and embarrassed. And, but it was interesting to see all these people reliving how they would have been when they were between the ages of probably 14 and 25, going to this show.
Yeah.
And
they're all trying to be their past rock star.
Right. And so that's what
this is the memory lane thing, where you're like, oh, I remember when I went seen them and I was 19.
Right.
And I gotta go see them now, because it would just be cool. It would complete my life. And yeah, that was you. You were like, I have to go see them again. And I'm like, okay.
No, you had to go. I had to go for that reason. Is like, I had to go.
Yeah. And I'm always down for a good concert.
Yeah, I love a good concert too. But yeah, that was one of those things where it's like, I got to go to this. No ifs, ands, or buts. I have to go to this.
See, and that's how I was when Metallica got here, because I was like, if I don't go now, I'll never get that opportunity again. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So we blew way too much money on tickets. We paid way too much money in alcohol. And we didn't even get like the greatest seats, but they were pretty decent for being not right on the floor. We were first row, second deck. So
yeah, that's into a concert like that.
Perfect eye view. and they had these TV screens going up and down. And for me, I'm in that like harder rock where it's like, yeah, I like my 80s and, you know, early 90s hair rock and whatever. But you get into that harder rock like Metallica and shit like that. And I'm like, I like these to me are worth it. I like these, right? And when we went and watched Metallica, I totally fangirl. I was telling everybody, I was like, bitches, don't ask me to do anything Saturday. And they're like, why? I'm going to Metallica.
All right.
Like, I was totally rubbing it in. And I told a buddy of mine, I said, hey, we should get tickets and go do this. So on top of that, we should get Jake a ticket and we'll take him. Right? So Cody messages Jake and is like, hey, we're going to Metallica. We have a third ticket. You want to go? And he was like, oh, I'm fucking in, right? His wife catches wind of this and books their Mexico trip to leave that day because she was like, fuck you. You're not going to Metallica without me. You can suck it.
That's crappy.
So we end up taking my other buddy's dad with us who, you know, grew up in that era where they were, you know. And I will tell you, have you ever seen The Blind Side? The football movie about the big black dude?
I have not.
Oh, shite. Okay. All right. So in a section of this, they're watching the high school football team, right?
Yeah.
And one of the parents or grandparents, he looks like a grandparent from the other team. Like they're all, or I could be thinking of the wrong movie, but they're all like, woo, come on, go, woo. And then this guy stands up like full rock star, just, you know, like screaming. And you're just like, oh my God. And he's like, he pops out of nowhere and his face is just lit, right? And you're just like, oh my God, where did this fucking flying hillbilly come from, right? That was like half of the old dudes in there.
Really?
They would go nuts. And I'm like, dude, you need to be careful. In 10 minutes, it's going to be quiet in here. Because y'all motherfuckers are going to lost your voice box. You know, because I was like, us younger guys, we yell and shit all the time. We're having fun, hooting and hollering. So we have a little bit more longevity. Dude, there was old motherfuckers walking out of there. That was a great show. And I'm like, you're right. It was a great show. So when we left, it was super awesome because you know how normally when you leave Taco Bell Arena, it's like loud, just sounds like you're fucking walking through the mall and everybody's playing music and stomping on drums. All you could hear was footsteps and whispering because all these old motherfuckers over there, all fucking, you know, and it was funny too because this guy would get loud and then this guy over here would get loud and then, you know, they kind of go back and forth for a little while and then all of a sudden it was like this guy would get kind of loud, but then it would be a longer space between this guy getting kind of loud and it was like, oh my God, this is funny. But yeah, that was a concert for the ages. Like I wholeheartedly believe that if you have the chance to see those guys play, you should spend your children's college fund to do it. Because that was, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, if I had to pawn a testicle, I would have. I would have been like, you can have the left one. I'm seeing this show. I'm like, honey, we're not having kids. Tough shit. I'm giving those to someone else. we're gonna go watch this show. The only thing that I wish I could have done different with that show, is had like 5 of us in the same spot,
right?
Just hooping and hollering because it was a blast. And we walked out of there. We were all hammered and fucking hot, sweaty, and all this stuff. And for me, it was like a big fan moment, right? Because I don't get to go to concerts much. I never really did until after high school and after, you know, the farm kind of downsized and shit like that. Because it was always like, yeah, I'd love to, but I got to be up at 4.
Right.
So we'd be rolling back in about 2:30, and I don't have time for that. So I missed a lot of concerts. So one I will tell you that I was blown away by for it being free, or well, free with admission, was the Craig Morgan concert when I was fresh out of high school, back when he was still in his prime. I mean, he's not out of it now, but back then he was like, he had a couple of new singles and was doing great.
He must be country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you don't know who he is.
Nope, no idea.
Have you ever heard the song International Harvester? I'm sure you've heard it just
I wouldn't
because they played
recognize
the
it.
shit out of that.
Probably it just wouldn't click because
Right, you're gonna tune it out and walk away.
yeah.
But he climbed the stage thing, like
Oh
climbed
wow.
up and was singing up there and just giving her hell and come back down and was partying. And they were like, hey, they're all giving him, cut it off, shut it down, we're too late. And he's standing up there flipping them off. He's like, fuck you, this is Boise, Idaho, we're gonna sing. And he kept going, and finally they cut his mic. So he just stepped out of the way, kicked his fucking mic over, and kept going. Never even fucking flinched. Finally, they had to start throwing lights and shutting stage lights off and making it dangerous for him to be up there and shit, so he would get out of there. But yeah, it was like an hour past the curfew of that place.
Oh
He wasn't letting up. Find out, like, he's been drinking, right? Like most hillbilly rock stars, right? He's been drinking, so he's having a good time. All of a sudden, so from there, it was like, fuck it, we're going to the desert. It's 11 o'clock. We're going to go to the desert. We're going to have a bonfire. It's going to be awesome, right? We got the trucks in the parking lots with the pallets on them. And he's like, who has those trucks? Like, who's driving those trucks? And I was driving one of said trucks because I was the only hillbilly who shit could run. And, which was kind of funny and kind of not, because then everybody wanted to fucking ride. And he was like, I'm fucking following you. I don't give a fuck if the tour bus won't make it. I'll ride on top of that stack of pallets. And sure as shit, we sat there and waited, and the fucking tour bus rolls up. He climbs out, and he's like, let's go. I'm like, all right, let's fucking do this. Hammer down. Away we go.
wow.
Yeah, so that was cool. That was, I didn't really, because where the pickup was sitting, I didn't really talk to him much. And then when we got out there, obviously he was doing his own thing, and they had their own music equipment in the bus. And so we did it somewhere where we could get the tour bus, because it was like, I'm not fucking digging this big motherfucker out.
No. Don't want any part of that.
And like the cops showed up, and they're like, well, technically we can't do shit. You're not breaking any laws. I'm like, fuck you motherfuckers. Yeah, we had a party, man. It was 3-4 o'clock in the morning. He climbed back in the tour bus, fell asleep, and the tour bus shut off, and the driver fell asleep, and they, camped out there for the night. And I fell asleep in the bed of my pickup, looking at the stars, alone and single, and annoyed. But fell asleep looking at the stars, wake up the next morning to the tour bus, as he's getting turned around. And fuck yeah, waved at all of them as they went by. They all waved at me, and fucking took off. I was like, that was some cool fucking shit.
Oh yeah, no, and that's what it's about. Stories like that. I mean, that shit's fun.
Yeah. Well, it's like they had Brantley Gilbert. He's kind of rock and roll and kind of country. He's in that.
Yeah, I've heard some of that.
He has some good rock and roll songs, and it's kind of like Ned Ledoux.
Yeah.
He does the kind of screamo shit, but then he does country music for his dad and his grandpa, and I mean, there's like, it's all back and forth. But Brantley Gilbert got all fucking wasted one night, about fell off stage here.
Shit.
Yeah, if I could tell you anything about concerts in Idaho, there's either always going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Which is just how it works when you get that many fucking hot rednecks that close to each other. Because I don't give a shit what you say. Everybody who lives here is redneck in one form or another.
Yeah.
Other than maybe the Californians. But there's always going to be some kind of shit pop off, or that artist of whatever genre is probably going to be getting drunk and doing some fun shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. I love Idaho for that reason.
Oh, well, it seems like most everybody who comes here doesn't hate it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Most of these guys enjoy playing here. I mean, again, like I said, just because I'd never been in the venue, it was like, God, that's just such a weird place to start it off.
Well, it's so great because it's like so nostalgic. The fucking barn's ready to fall over. Obviously, lightning cracked and you lost all power. So you obviously know it's as broken down as the guys on stage.
Yeah. No, but they, again, though, to watch bands that have fun, that are having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can see that when you're watching bands, you can see the overproduced, the ones that you're like, oh man, they don't want any part of this, but it's part of their contract.
Dancing chickens.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Oh yeah, I took my niece to one of those to some band she liked, and I was sitting in the back just laughing, watching it. Well, because it was
It
this.
make you think, oh, I wonder if I looked like this when I went to my first concert.
Oh, I'm sure I did, but it wasn't even that. One, you're watching these kids because they're,
Yeah.
and it's obviously not a band I know, so
Right,
I'm just
right.
there as the old man, and
Yeah.
I'm the ride.
Somebody walks up, hey, you chaperoning too?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm standing
Did
kind
you
of
see that game last night?
in the back corner, and you can tell there's like 4 or 5 more parents kind of over there. The
Answering text messages and work emails because they're bored out of their mind.
and the concert wasn't horrible, but I got more a kick out of it because these guys are playing on stage, and one member of the band was I don't want to say he was the old, you could tell
He was the old guy.
he was the old guy, but you could tell that he was pulling the strings of that was still his dream. Like he was pulling these.
Oh,
He may
yeah.
not have been the lead singer, but he wasn't the lead singer, but you could tell he was like, this is I'm keeping this together. Like
Right.
I'm trying to do this, and I'm just laughing the whole time. It's like, dude, you to all these kids in here, all these 15-year-olds.
He's doing something right, though.
Well,
He's got them all fanboying or fangirling over these, 4 boys or whatever.
yeah. I mean,
Because I'm only guessing it was like a boy band or something
no,
like that.
it was Black Veil Brides.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay then.
I mean, it was that concert?
That was a young guy thing, but now I feel better about myself.
So it was Black Veil Brides was the headliner, Falling in Reverse, and some other band. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't my,
Right.
It
wasn't your Tinder profile.
Yeah, it was a rock show, and I'm watching it, and my niece had a fucking awesome time.
Right,
I mean,
right.
it's a band she wanted to go watch. I get it. I was texting my wife the whole time, just laughing because I'm like, oh my god, this is. You can see there, this dude on stage is totally living vicariously through these guys, and you can tell
Right.
he is still. But what made it better was like the other guys in the band looked younger, had more a younger style and stuff like that, and this guy looks straight out of an '80s hair band. And still trying to be that guy.
Yeah, I
was
know what
like,
you're talking about.
it's like, oh my god, this guy is, and
he's the old guy trying to teach the puppies new tricks.
yeah, and all I picture
Yeah.
is him in his dressing room in front of the mirror.
Carly says Black Veil is good.
No, I didn't say they were bad. I just
No, right.
Yeah,
She's just putting in her.
yeah. But the dude that was there, all I see him is like singing White Snake in front of his mirror in his dressing room.
Absolutely.
He looked that way, like to the core, and I was just like, "Hey, you know what? You're living your best life. I'm happy for you, but at the same time, I'm like, this is just sad, man."
Well, did you see? And obviously, you don't. Hair band stuff isn't really your thing. But
I'm an alt rock guy. That's
yeah. Who was it? Somebody played at the Boise Open this last year.
dude. I wanted to go see Billy Idol.
That's who it was. So my dad was like, "We're going," and my mom was like, "You don't like golf." He said, "Fuck golf. We're gonna go watch this concert."
Yeah.
She's like, "It's like $30 to get in for the whole day," and my dad's like, "I could give $2. That's cheap compared to what I think he's worth."
Oh, that's cheap to go to any concert.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, you got to remember too, it's not set up. It's not like this huge. So I used to work at the golf course that they do the Boise Open at, right?
Right.
It's a fairly well paid for golf course. Like it's a country club, and they do a very good job of making. Like when we were there, you were to be noticed without being seen.
Right.
Right. Oh wow, this is super nice. They got all this ready for us, but never let anybody catch you getting it ready. Right. So it was a super like we have all these monkeys that run this banana tree, but you'll never catch one of them in public. Right.
Yeah.
And if you do, you just cost him his job type of thing. Right. So they do these concerts. They set up these bleachers and things, and you sit on the bleachers, and I'm like, man, this fucking bleachers is like little teeny, right? For where they're doing this concert in the middle of a fucking fairway. And you're like, there's no way, right? And then all of a sudden the next day you show up and there's like 3 more bleachers, but it's like, dude, you're bringing in some big name singer, right? Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. You are bringing in a big namer, right?
Yeah. Oh.
And you have 4 stands, and sure shit, man, they'd go to sing, and all of a sudden it was like flies to shit. I mean, and there was people everywhere, and it was like, yep, I'm losing my job because everybody's seeing me, right?
Know?
But it always kind of baffled me that they didn't do a larger style venue, or like, back them all the way up the first hole. And no, it was just 4 bleachers, and if you got lucky enough to get there, you could get a seat. But if you stood up, somebody may take that motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
like, the fuck away from you.
Oh,
so, but yeah, my parents went to the Billy Idol, and my mom's like, he's not really my favorite, but your dad wanted to go, and she's like, don't get me wrong, I like him, but it wasn't like, you didn't see me undoing my bra and throwing it up on stage like some of these women. I was like, well,
how old is Billy Idol now?
Shit, I think he was born like 3 years before Dirt.
Right, I was just saying, I don't know his actual age, but he's no young pup anymore.
And you would have went to go see Billy. I don't see you and my dad having the same music interests, but
you have to consider the Billy Idol, though, is, I would tell you, it's like a more transcendent deal, just because of who he is and how he made it through more decades. Being relevant and having that draw.
It's like Metallica. Obviously, they were playing hardcore before I was ever listening.
I was gonna say Metallica was playing. They'd play sold out. They'd go play like fairgrounds and stuff like that. But that was in the 80s. Even I mean, you're talking about a band that's
he's 66.
Really
makes him 6 years older than my dad.
See, and
26 years older than you, or 25?
Make him about 24, 25.
24 years older than you.
So, but you also got to see the guy I just saw
30 years older than me. 36 years older than me.
The guy I just saw was, he was 60, so he's only and Art Alexakis, for a dude that's 60 and has MS.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's impressive.
I mean, and still doing it. I mean, so at 66 now, I can see Billy Idol. Billy Idol caught his fame earlier, though, in life. When you talk about things like that, he caught his fame as a late teenager, early 20s guy. But he was always crazy and wild. And I hear what it takes me back to is more like, my sister's like 4 years older than I am, 3.5 years old.
Days.
Well, no, but it takes me. You also have to remember that's part of the MTV generation.
Yeah,
that 80s time where MTV really.
I grew up in the wrong era.
Yeah, no.
Completely fucking honest with you. But Carly says that she likes Billy Idol, and she's in her early 30s. So and he's not bad. I'm not saying he's bad by any means, or that I don't like it. I would have never thought you and my dad would
be like, hey, I want to go to that show.
Oh yeah, because I remember driving from here to Hell's Canyon, and that's the name. I didn't make that up. It wasn't because I was a child being forced and traumatized.
Right,
but growing up, it was CCR and Billy Idol and the Styx and all of that kind of hair rock, as you call it.
Actually, I call it butt rock.
Butt rock, yeah.
Hair bands and butt rock.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I grew up on that stuff.
Right.
A good old American Pie rolls across the radio. I'm not going to turn it down.
Well, and there's stuff in there, like for me, that I like that'll pull through. It's at the earlier part of hair rock than the later part.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I could get, because in the earlier part of hair rock, you had country and western, and then you had the beginning of hair rock, where it was like you had this weird jazz shit.
Well,
you could listen to country and western, or you could change it up a little bit and listen to rock and roll.
Well, blues is where rock and roll really comes from.
Oh, yeah. That's why the Blues Brothers is like one of my favorite movies. Is just that the whole like getting after it type of thing. But I don't know. It wasn't something I was like, really? Casey likes this? My dad likes it. This is weird.
Well, but Billy Idol too is also like a speeded up, you know.
Stevie Nicks was here too, I believe.
Yeah, and see,
1 or 2 years ago.
everybody like falls all over that, and
my mom was the same way. She's like, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah,
but the other ones in the old fogey group, I call it, my parents and
I get that.
They were like, we have to go, and I was like, fuck that. So I drove the getaway vehicle.
Right. It always blows me away. Like Ray will listen to like AC/DC and that. Like I like those. Like if there was
the classics,
yeah,
they're hardcore. They're not. It's not soft rock by any means.
I just think those songs.
Catchy,
I don't think
punch crazy.
They don't lose their like
punch.
I don't like saying it as like
it's like a cuss word that you don't use too much. So when you use it has like serious power.
I just say it's timeless in that it's not to a trend, right?
Right.
It's just a good rock song. You know, you can get behind it. Doesn't fit in like a trend of the day so much.
Right.
Where like later you go, oh God, I really did like that song. Why did I listen? It's like when you hear tub thumping from like Chumbawamba.
Did you really just use Chumbawamba as a fucking example?
Well, yeah, because it's like a one-hit wonder that Jessica likes Blues Brothers, by the way.
Hell yeah.
But it was a one-hit wonder, you know?
Yeah.
But at the time, it was so vastly played and popular.
Yeah, that it lost its...
But it won't... But if you heard it now, you'd be like, eh.
Right. Well, and that's like... I mean, again, too, you run into... It's like the tattoos thing, right?
Right.
Sometimes, like in my mom and dad's case, right, and I picked them up. I drove the getaway vehicle from this concert. I'm seeing these guys walk out of there, and a lot of them, old military tattoos, right? And it's normally in one spot. It's on their bicep, on the outer side of their bicep. So when they roll their shirt up over their cigarettes, you see it.
Right.
But they can roll it down and be presentable in front of women, right? It's just that era, right? Yeah. My dad doesn't have any tattoos because he's old school. He's, you know, my tattoos I earned the hard way, you know, and there's scars and shit.
Right. But was he in the military?
No, my dad was not in the military.
So that being of that era, you either earned your scars or most of your tattoo guys were in the military in some form or fashion.
Right. And so it was always kind of funny because the first time I got mine, my first one was dumb and right on the middle of my forearm, and my dad was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh my God, forearms, right?
Yeah, it was Calvin.
Oh, Calvin and Hobbes.
Uh-huh.
Timeless comic right there.
Dude, and I loved that comic. It was great. Got that, hit it for 3 weeks, showed up at my mom's house, and she was like, it's the middle of fucking summer, why do you have your long sleeve shirt on? I was like, no reason, this is what was clean. She grabbed a hold of the fucking sleeve, yarded it up my arm, and she goes, really? And I was like, fuck. Busted, right?
Yeah, because moms like, never know better.
Yeah, she's like, when the fuck did you get that? And I'm like, about 3 weeks ago. And she grabbed it. And it was healed up fairly decent. I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, doesn't hurt? No. In fact, that hurts a whole lot less than it did getting the motherfucker. And, yeah, she was not, like, she wouldn't talk to me for, like, a month. And then finally I get a phone call out of nowhere, and she's like, how bad was that tattoo thing you got on your arm? I said, it's not that bad. She's like, well, so-and-so is looking to get one, and she's never had one before, so she wanted to talk to somebody who has one, and since your dumbass has one, you know, I was like, oh, my God.
Now you're the...
So now I have to explain it to all of my mom's friends because they want to get tattoos. I'm just like, shut her down, bud. But I don't know. I mean, for me, you walk into that tattoo thing and it's like, walk outside right now and find something, throw a rock, see if you hit somebody who doesn't have one.
No, it's a norm now, where before it wasn't a norm at all, but now it's a norm.
Right. Fucking headset's fucking with me.
Oh yeah,
no. On my ear.
It does that. And that's, again, though, when I'm watching this concert and watching all these people, it was interesting to see because you can look at them and you see the youth, right? You see what they were thinking in their youth. And let's face it, not everybody's tattoos age well with them.
Oh, fuck no.
So that's...
And I think I'm going to be a bad culprit of that. That's why I haven't tattooed my belly or like up above, like on my titties. Because last thing I need is this to go, and then it just look like some horrible shit.
Right.
And I'm horrible for keeping myself in shape. Like I'm fit, but I'm not fit. You know, I can do things.
Yeah.
Play Sunday softball and play my ass off. Hike through the woods and you know, hunt and fish and all that stuff. But I by no means am the guy who's going to run a 5K tomorrow and then come home and work on the pickup and, you know, then build a swimming pool in the backyard all before 9 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. I get that.
I'm like, great. If I get one like on my chest, what's going to happen is I'm going to get it. It's going to be like, oh, look at this. It's super cool. Nobody ever fucking sees it anyways. So to me, it could be whatever.
Right.
But then my titties are going to sag, and then it's going to like be droopy, and it could be some cool, you know, thing that now looks like a retarded dragon trying to fly out of a cave, but has run into a pine tree. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, those could get saggy, and I don't want to have a saggy dragon boob. You know, so
and I don't blame you one bit.
No, they don't hurt. I mean, they hurt, but they don't. It's not. It's nothing that. I mean, think about it. People sit through them voluntarily.
Yeah.
Right. It's a pain you can obviously get over.
It's a mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want it, you'll put up with the pain.
Absolutely.
You know?
If you're like, man, this is kind of dumb. The second it hurts too much, you're like, yeah, fuck this. I have one of those, and it was like, yeah, I fucking wanted to bail, but it's like we're too late now.
Well, yeah.
You know? So. It's just, you know, and the fucked part about mine is I was doing mine. And it was like, okay, this was fucking stupid. Can you guess? I'm right-handed, so can you guess which one?
That you were doing?
Yeah, that I was like, yeah, this was probably a stupid idea.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Is it the pinup girl?
No, that was horribly thought out. But that was for a good buddy of mine. It's actually this dragon right here.
Oh, that's a rough spot to...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you...
Didn't help I was intoxicated and bribed. Because I didn't want to do it. I was like, no, man, I've had too much. I don't want to fucking do this. And they're like, dude, there's $300 on the table, and $300 to a guy who doesn't have shit for a job. That's a big deal. That's making a phone payment and half your rent, you know, whatever, back then.
No, I get it.
So I get about halfway through, and they're like, I can't fucking believe you did that. And they drop another $300 on the table, and I'm like, well, there's rent. And I was like, fuck it. It's already half here. I got to do it now, right? So I continued to do all the line work, and obviously heavy here, light here. And, you know, it's a bitch because you're trying to, like, hold your arm and then, like, squeeze it with your legs to get the right tension on the skin and go to it.
I was going to say,
it was a bitch.
It's not easy one way or the other.
And I had to keep drinking through the whole thing because if I slowed down with my buzz, I'd start to get a fucking headache.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, I can't do this because now I don't want it. I'm getting a headache. And C, if I don't get this fucking thing done, it's going to look really stupid. So I hammered it out, go to bed, wake up. God damn it, you fucking dumbass. You know, just like all... It's like you could have done 3 tattoos on somebody else and made the $600 to pay your fucking rent. But, you know, the 35 minutes it took me to line all that shit out, I made $600. And I was on myself, so I was like, well, I'm a pretty easy customer.
Yeah.
People are surprised when they're like, you did that yourself? And it's like, yeah, but there's something you don't understand about being able to tattoo on yourself. When you do it to yourself, you realize how much you're hurting the patient or the customer in this sense, right? So you learn a lot of things from doing it yourself where you're like, yeah, maybe I should back the needle off, or maybe I should fucking do this more with my shading or whatever, right?
Right.
But it was just $600 was that. Well, at the time it was $300 until the guy was like, "Yeah, fuck that, we're doubling this," and gave me $600. And I was like, "Well, all right, cool."
Yeah,
And I live with it, but I mean that's how low I've stooped to pay fucking rent. So I mean it happens, but we I don't know where we are for time, but we did promise. I did promise him I'd tell him about almost losing my right hand.
Oh yeah, no, well, because I stopped it at reset, but we're probably about an hour in total.
Okay, so I have I want to say it's a biohazard sign.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. Right underneath Calvin.
Yeah.
Okay. Like a human waste sign or some shit.
It's a biohazard sign.
I made the joke, right, that somebody should get that, blah, 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 right?
All right. I know you have it tattooed on you, but yeah, another trendy tattoo.
Is it?
Yeah, the biohazard thing's kind of trendy. Like, people did it for a while.
When?
Oh, yeah, I think that'd be a late 90s.
Late 90s? Okay.
It was kind of popular in the...
I've never seen another one, like on another person.
Really?
Walking around.
Oh,
yeah.
my God. Let me see if I can...
Well, I don't need you to Google. I believe you.
No, it was, I want to say it around the time of a lot of the tribal and all of that, the biohazard stuff was popular too.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
So I did this one. Well, I didn't do it. I woke up one morning with this one in 2012.
Oh.
Woke up in Emmett, Idaho, of all places. Actually woke up behind some trash cans in a buddy of mine's front yard after being physically roughed up by a couple of guys in a bar where I shouldn't have been.
Oh, nice.
With some buddies of mine. We got in this huge fight. Get the shit beat out of us, right? And he's just the guy who beat the fuck out of me was like, "You're fucking trash. You're a fucking hazard." Okay. You know, they're like, "You're a fucking hazard, blah, blah, blah." And so it was always funny because I was like, "Oh my God, we should get those tattoos, blah, blah, blah," right?
Right.
Never knew anything about the trend. It just happened to be that one night. I was like, okay.
No.
Wake up the next morning, I've got 3 broken ribs.
Ouch.
I have a concussion, alcohol poisoning. Like, it's bad, right? Like, I'm fucking waking up and shit is not firing off on all cylinders. I didn't realize I had this thing carved into my fucking arm for almost 6 hours because I was trying to just catch my fucking footing.
Oh,
it took me 35 minutes to stand up to actually figure out where the fuck I was. And so in this portion, my body has started to get rid of all of the fluids and everything to cleanse and purge, right? Which is always too late. So I'm super dehydrated. I woke up. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Sun is fucking me up, right?
Right.
I'm stumbling through the front yard trying to keep my footing. Finally get into the house or to the front door where I knocked on the door and then fucking collapsed on the front steps. And they're like, "Well, we got to get him somewhere." Right.
I'd be taking your ass to the hospital.
Yeah. So they throw me in the back of the car and haul ass for the hospital. And we get there and they fucking, "Here you go. Here he is." Right. And they're like, "Well, he's just super dehydrated. We obviously can't pump his stomach. He's done that for us. Yeah. But we're going to super hydrate him and go through and do all the shit that we would do to somebody."
They hook you to an IV.
Right.
Yeah.
So they flush my whole system and fucking get me all standing back on 2 feet and everything, right? Still never noticed the fucking tattoo on my arm. So it's 6.5 hours later and I walk out of the hospital and I scrubbed the side of my fucking shirt and I was like, "Ow!" And I look down and it's just a fucking black, scarry looking mess. And I'm like, "Oh, this is fucking awesome." And so I was like, "Well, go home, put some stuff on it, and we'll see what the fuck happens."
Oh, shit.
And I went and I talked to a guy who actually removes tattoos. He's like, you're gonna wait. And he's like, it's too fresh to deal with now. He's like, to be honest with you, you need to wait like 2-3 years so it dies out a little bit. And he goes, but the scarring's bad enough that you're gonna have that fucking thing forever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, great. Didn't realize it. Got infected
Ugh.
from something. I'm gonna guess that was in the dirt that night.
Oh yeah, I'm
Got
sure.
infected. 105-degree temperature for 3 days in a row. Finally, I was like, "Fuck it!" Now I gotta go back in. So we go back in, and they're like, "Well, from what we can tell, you have an infection, but we don't know what or where, or it's just this is what the signs are rolling up at." And I was like, I wonder. And I rolled my arm out. I was like, "Could it be this?" And they looked, and they're like, "Oh my fucking god!" And they're like, "Well, we're gonna fuck your ink up." I said, "I don't think you're gonna do much better than what they did."
Right.
And he's like, "What the fuck happened to you?" And I told him, and he's like, "So you have no clue where you got this?" I said, "I have no clue." He goes, "Were you the only person to get tattooed?" I said, "To be honest with you, I don't fucking know."
Right.
He said, "I don't remember anything past getting the fuck beat out of me and thrown out of the bar, let alone
Right.
what happened the rest of the fucking night." So they're like, "Well, you have multiple issues. First off, you've been poisoned from going too deep and actually putting the ink in my system."
Yeah.
And so they had to flush a lot of blood out of me. So this turned into I'm gonna go to the fucking doc in the box and get a fucking
Right.
20-minute checkup, and we're gonna give me some fucking penicillin and we're good, right? To spending the night in the fucking hospital, being hooked to all these machines, being pumped clean. They're like, "We can do it. It's far enough away from your heart. Nothing's gonna affect you. You'll be fine, but it's gonna be a process. So it takes for fucking ever." And finally get to the point where it's like, okay, go home, right? And I look down at my arm, and it's just fucking obliterated. They fucking cut the first top layer off. Like, if you look at it, all of the lines, you can see all the lines, and all the shit on the inside is all like cleared out, right?
Right.
And so they had to literally cut it like a fucking deep dish pizza, cut it the fuck out. And that's what I'm left with. And for the rest of my life, I will be stuck with this fucking scarred piece of shit biohazard sign on my forearm. They told me that had I not figured it out, because I was losing feeling in my fingers,
Oh shit.
had I not fucking figured it out or not pointed it out, that another week and my hand would have been black and they would have had to cut it off. And I was like, well, I'm glad I wasn't drunk that fucking day.
Right. Jesus Christ.
But no, I have 5 that I like, or that are completely planned and look fairly decent. And it'd be my shin and my calf,
Right.
my inner bicep over here, the dose of dysfunction smiley face, and probably my wedding ring, which I've kind of blown out. So I guess there's 6, because then I got Calvin.
Yeah.
So he'll always be the one that fucking got me into it. And
Yeah, I mean, it seems very much. I mean, my wife's the same way. 1 turns into 2, turns into 10.
As many as you can fit.
Yeah, yeah. She's got quite the
neck. Yes, the neck sucks from what I'm told. I don't have any on my neck, but that's a brave motherfucker. I have one on my back, and it's not finished because I couldn't handle it. It was locking me up, fucking up my muscles, and I locked up. And there's an outline on my back, but that's it because I couldn't sit through it anymore. But you do, yeah. I did. I used to. Now I'm all shaky and shit. But yeah, I used to. I used to draw a little bit in high school, and was like, I always hated it because I always thought it was like 1 degree wrong.
Oh.
And people who seen it were like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And I'm like, "No, thanks, go away, thank you." And I would hide it, and I never. And then I started a tattoo business out of Garden City in a trailer because crackheads need tattoos too.
Yeah.
Made a lot of money. Got robbed and shut that whole thing down.
Oh.
And so rent for the building that I had just got into. No sign, no advertisement, no nothing. A fucking canvas thing out front that said
right,
skin deep on it. And all this shit. I was like, yes, I'm so excited. One of the tattoo artists raided the safe one day and fucking bounced. and I only know because I caught him on camera.
Oh shit.
But because I would have never known, I'd have been like, "Oh, great, we got fucking broke into." Well, the problem that I ran into is because he was co-business partner, no insurance,
Oh,
so it shut everything. It brought it to
a
complete
grinding
halt.
halt.
Cost me like $20,000 to get out of the hole. It was a nightmare.
So Jessica says, "Really? I got my hole back done. I didn't find it that horrible."
Yeah, and some people don't. What I will tell you is I've watched people get the top of their foot, and I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna be shit. Or I've seen people get their shin, and they're just like, oh my god, and I sat through the whole thing. Granted, it was in my time of drugs and alcohol, but I was completely sober that night, and I only remember because I was sweating fucking bullets.
Right.
Um, Thinking, let's go good. But I was pretty good about not drinking to fuck my tattoos up when I was getting them or trying to get them. And I've done the front of my shin, nothing. Done the inside of my elbow, yeah, whatever, right? But I've heard a lot of people, their neck is bad. The inside of like your soft fatty tissues, like the insides of your arms and stuff.
Oh, I
never
can see
really.
that.
Yeah, I could too,
A
but I've
lot
never.
of people say the rib cage. Right.
Yeah, yeah, the rib cage. And the other thing too is you have to remember if you have damage to an area, it's going to hurt a lot more. And my back is fucked. So when he's going to town on doing stuff on my back, it feels like he's just digging into the muscles, and I can't handle it. Like it's,
Gotcha.
I mean, even right now, we've been sitting here for how many hours, and I'm like, back is hurting like a motherfucker.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get that. That was actually the worst part of um yesterday in, relaxing after getting my procedure. The longer I I can't just lay in bed. It bothers my lower back the
Right.
longer. So I'm like, it's
You
that
need
whole,
one of those chair beds like what we have,
oh,
where you can set the head up a little bit, and it just takes a little bit of pressure off of your back. The wife does it. It drives me nuts because when I climb in bed, it's bedtime, and that bitch needs to be flat.
right.
But since she's been pregnant, I haven't. I'm like, yeah, leave it how you want. I don't care. I'll sleep on the couch.
Yeah. Well, and that's why most of the time I don't mind sleeping in my chair because I can get the back.
Yeah, you can get that right angle where it's like, oh, it takes the pressure off, and it's not too much. It's not. This is how we know we're getting old.
Well, yeah. I mean, which is funny.
The young guy just told you to get a bed that sits up and shit.
I know. I'm laughing because you have that bed and I do not.
We simply bought that. Like, that was a feature. Like, we were going to buy an expensive bed because we never had one. We had, like, the hand-me-down type of stuff.
Yeah, I'm still really guilty of that.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm losing sleep at night. I can't keep doing this. I'm showing up late to work. I'm fucking worthless half the day, right?
Right.
I wouldn't say you need 8 hours of sleep. What I would say is you need a comfortable sleep.
Yeah, your sleep has to be good. It doesn't have to be 8 hours. It just has to be good.
Right. And that's where it's like I've learned and I've started cutting things out of my diet that I think is potentially damaging me. And so I've noticed that I've gotten quicker with what I'm thinking. I still don't, my speech is still fucked up. That's not going to change. Like I just dyslexic, that kind of shit. It's just not going to change. Right.
Right. I get that.
But I feel quicker. I feel wittier in my brain. I also feel more tolerable to not beat the fuck out of somebody when they piss me off. Get the hint. There's like more of that ability to take the daily bullshit that you wouldn't normally, you'd just be like, fuck you, or whatever.
Yeah, I take meds for that. No.
Well, I mean, that's why I drink, but,
Well, to each their own. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But I've noticed that I've actually had more clarity in what I'm doing and things like that. Well, when we changed the bed and I was sleeping better, it was like, fuck, here's some more clarity. It was like, shit, this is working,
Yeah, it matters.
Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't gotten a new bed or you like Casey have pushed this thing off
and always
you
will.
You should, man. It is so nice to lay down and be comfortable and wake up comfortable.
Well, but I need if you go read mattresses, like I've been doing this because and most mattresses people buy, they're not made for people
You got a
over.
newbie.
Oh, sweet. They're not made for people over 250 pounds. You start looking around at them, they're not designed for
Most
it.
mattresses aren't designed for a bigger dude.
Yeah, and so that's why. Then because like anything, then you get into specialty stuff, and it's like
Then the price goes way up.
Yeah, fucking killing me. But I found that because I was always like, oh, I want one of the memory foam ones. No, I don't.
No. We tried that, and it worked great for a while, but it was like it just didn't have the support and shit that I needed in the right place. Same with the wife. She was like, I'm not sold on this. I would rather go back to a conventional. I said, all right, fuck it. Let's do this. What I've learned with the city uppy bed, right?
Yeah.
Is the memory foam works much better on a fucking city uppy bed because the conventional, when the top goes up, if you're not sitting on it, it wants to just slide the mattress into the bed. I'm like, well, this could be a fun ride.
I really want to try one of those the purple mattresses.
I've heard good things about them, but it's a lot like the Mr. Pillow guy. If you're gonna do it, you got to go full out. You got to get the whole. So if you get the purple bed, you got to get the purple pillows and everything. You have to go full bore purple.
Oh, and
which I'm not against, but that's what I've been told. It also feels really funky.
Well, yeah, because
I'm all over the place.
I could see where it'd be that. As much as, and I didn't buy it, so I don't feel so bad. But the My Pillow guy,
yes, a city uppy bed. I said it. Sorry, not sorry.
The My Pillow is actually really comfortable.
Is it?
Yes. So,
oh my god, we are turning into way too old fat guys.
Well, I hate it because, I got it before I knew the dude was fucking crazy, and it actually, my wife,
the best products in the world are created by psychopaths.
That guy is like, I don't want to allow that guy any more money to do any of his stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree, but you
gotta
remember, if it's in the store, they've already paid it for that.
Yeah, I know.
You're not giving him any money. They're giving him money.
I know, but I just can't. I don't want them to think
it's cancel culture is what it is, Casey.
No, I'm not canceling.
Oh yeah, you're doing it the old school way, where you just don't pay them for what they, you don't buy into it.
Doing the right way. I'm not going after the guy. I'm just not.
I didn't say that. That's liberalism, or not liberal. What is that? Millennialism.
Oh,
where you just attack to be a fucking retard to attack people.
Not attacking anybody, but I can tell you the pillow's legit. It's comfortable.
Is it?
Yeah. Actually,
I don't give a shit. I'll give crazy people money.
I've lost the pillow. My son has stolen the pillow from me. And I think the one I'm using now is like a bamboo pillow.
Bamboo.
Yeah, it's comfy. It's
made
not
out of
bad.
Wood?
No, it's
a pillow.
Well,
is it like a memory cooling pillow?
Yeah,
type of thing?
You've seen like the bamboo sheets and stuff like that.
That's a fucking crock of shit.
Well, anyway, they have like pillows and that. Anyway, I think that's the one I currently have because I ended up with his pillow because he stole my pillow. But I got the My Pillow because I think my wife's mom bought her one, and my wife didn't like it. But I can tell you, the My Pillow is super fucking comfortable.
Carly wants to know what's wrong with Mr. Pillow Guy.
Mike Lindell?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the whole story, but I do know he's fucking crazy. He's and nothing, whatever else.
Fucking crazy. You know what Mike Lindell is? This is one
of the Mike Tyson of pillow.
Now this is the kind of shit that you get people trying to sue you for. But
great, here we go.
Mike Lindell strikes me as an ex-fucking crackhead who found God,
right?
Started a business,
as most of them do.
Somehow it was successful.
Because you just fucking pointed it out. His pillow's fucking comfy.
Yeah. And now he takes that money, and I'm not getting political.
Oh, here we go.
Huge Trump supporter. Don't care that he supports Trump, but he's been a huge one to go after all the election conspiracy
So
stuff.
he's just the crazy right side to the crazy lefts.
Yes, but
Okay.
he's like next level though with like he even tried to push it here, like wanting recounts and shit like that here in Idaho, and Idaho is like, go the fuck away. Like, really? You're trying to do election fraud here in a place where like Trump won the state like 70%. You know,
Right,
it's
right.
like,
Why would you push it here? He won here.
Yes.
Like, get the fuck over yourself.
Okay, dumbass, go somewhere else with your bullshit.
Right, go fucking do that shit in California. If that's what you're.
But he's a nut job.
Yeah, but I mean, you can, and that too. I mean, yeah, he's crazy, but he's crazy right, and it's not. I mean, he's nuts, whatever. But that doesn't take away from the fact that his pillow is fucking apparently awesome.
It is. It's a good pillow.
I got Prove It, and then Carly asked him to prove what, and he said, "I want Casey to prove his pillow bias."
Who wants me to prove my pillow bias?
It is Corbo Pro.
Corbo Pro.
Yeah, I believe it's actually Corbin.
Oh.
I'm trying to. Yes, I believe it's Corbin White.
You want me to tell you why that pillow, like my pillow bias on why it's great?
Whatever your pillow bias is, he wants you to prove it.
Well,
he wants you to put your pillow where your mouth is.
Then tell him to go get a My Pillow and sleep on it.
Yeah, you want proof? Go fucking buy one.
I mean,
the Interstate Guy. That should be your fucking name on TikTok, by the way. That would be fucking awesome. The Interstate Guy.
Here's what it is all that pillow is a bunch of memory foam pieces cut up in chunks.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It wasn't like the actual memory foam, but it's
but with
it's like down feathers.
Right, with it being in the chunks, like it fits all the right places, right? It gives you support where you need to
move it without it being a brick that only supports.
But here's where the nice part is you know how most pillows after a while they just get packed down, right?
Uh-huh.
You can grab this pillow, fluff it a little bit, poof, it's right back. Or wash it, poof, you're like it's
I might
right
have
back
to go
to
buy
day
it.
one.
I don't give a shit what side he's on. If he makes a good product, I might just go buy a fucking My Pillow.
So it does. It always it's that nice mix between firm and soft, right? I don't want to say it's medium, but it supports when you need it to support, but it's soft in other areas. So it's not. It's a fairly nice pillow,
right?
It is.
It's kind of like Top Gun. You know the movie's gonna be fucking awesome, but you don't want to support the scientist fucking.
Yeah, I can't support
jet
Tom
fighter
Cruise.
Asshole.
I'm not telling anybody else not to support. I just told Corbin to go buy the fucking pillow. So I promoted the guy's product that I don't like the guy. So
yeah, but who doesn't want to see the new Top Gun? The fucking trailers are amazing.
I've not succumbed
yet. I say what we do is we get in black trench coats and hats, and we look like fucking bombers of some kind. We go in, we buy our tickets, we hide our way through there, and then we just sit in the back and watch the movie and act like nothing ever happened.
No, you know how this is gonna play out?
Better yet, we'll sneak in. That way you didn't pay to watch it.
That I might be able to justify.
Yeah.
Although the only thing I'm doing now is ripping off the movie theater. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta remember they paid for.
Well, see, that's your first point.
Fucking shit, Chris.
Yeah. So you know how I'll
butcher it off the internet, and then we'll put it on a big screen somewhere.
I was just gonna say this is gonna be like I gotta watch it at like 2 a.m. when it's on HBO Max for free, and everybody in the house is asleep, so nobody can confirm that I ever actually watched it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I see that.
You can neither confirm nor deny that this happened.
It's the boxer brief of pillows.
Dude, boxer briefs are the shit.
Oh, I know. I've still yet to try the nut hammock ones.
Oh, I
And
hate to say it. It's nice.
Oh, it's
I haven't done that.
any.
I don't have the actual nut hammock ones, but one of the
like a knockoff brand or something.
Well, have you what is it? It's not the classic tees t-shirts. Have you seen that? They talk about it for the big guys.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Okay.
The ones that you put on and it's supposed to make it so you don't look fat or whatever, but still look like it, what do they call it, sheiks you out or whatever.
Yeah, and it does actually work. I have a couple. The only thing is I realized I don't like tight, or it's not tight, but I like loose clothing. So I don't dig the shirts as much, but they do what they are as advertised. But they also like everything else.
Carly says, "Oh no, the images are in my head. I need brain bleach."
But the same company offers underwear. And they have boxer briefs.
Oh, right.
And it doesn't have the hammock so much, but it does have like a pocket to it that is adjusted out.
Oh, yeah. They don't work nearly as well from what I'm told, because I have those and I still run into man problems.
But what I'm telling you is using that as your basis, that should give you a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it does do better than just your regular boxer briefs.
Right, so that should let you know that the full-on hammock, that'd be like, oh, yeah.
Right.
This is nice.
Oh, shit. The newly dubbed Interstate Man, or Interstate Guy. I assume Brock already wore banana hammocks, which, sir, if I did, it was only because I got them from you.
Hammocks. But I think every dude needs to, once in his life, wear the Borat swimsuit.
Oh, the over-the-shoulder testy holder. Yeah. Oh my god, that would suck. I can't. So here's my biggest problem, right? Like I'm not exactly little anymore, and I stand up, and my ass cheeks come together and pinch my underwear. I will fucking do a full-on spider in my pants type of fucking maneuver to get this fucking shit picked out of my ass cheek. I do not like any of that. If it has broken the plane of the Grand Old Canyon back there,
right?
Nope, full stop.
You're
dead
out
in the water. Just forgot everything in my head. I'm like, fuck this. Nope.
No, I'm out.
Problems. Yeah, if I'm at home, they will be changed immediately.
Oh, I get you.
Because it's like, this is my no square, and it's like, fuck me.
No, don't touch me there.
Jesus. Borat swimsuit, yes. Oh, more brain bleach. Emotional damage.
Well, what I was going to say, though, think of the hand.
Imagine this. I would probably be the unlucky motherfucker that wearing right up his nipples.
Oh.
And somebody would, like, grab a hold of it and be like, hey! And I'm like, oh! As I have fucking heart attacks and just whop my nipple right back into my... I'd be like, oh, boy.
All right, Mickey.
I've been working on that, by the way, because Brody does an amazing Mickey Mouse impersonation.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
Oh, dude, he's good. Like, I'm okay, but he's good.
Oh, I would love to hear this.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't worry. One day this week, when we're standing near you, I'll do that, and he'll do his, and it's like dialed.
He won't. I bet you. I'll put money. Says he won't do it with me standing in front of you.
I bet he would.
I bet you.
I bet you'd do it if we got him on the podcast again.
On the podcast, we might be able to get him too.
But
at work, I don't think he'll do it.
He's done it at work, and it's so funny, dude. And he gets like people always just, oh boy, and it's like, what the? It's like spot on. And he's got the laugh and everything.
I love it. I gotta hear this.
I've thought about working on like doing Goofy.
Oh, Goofy's a good one.
Well, it's just so hard to get there,
Yeah.
It's so, I am like, fuck, I'm way off, But that has been like this last couple of weeks, I learned Brody could do that, and I was like, this is fucking perfect. So every time I see somebody who's around him and he doesn't notice, I'll do it, and he'll do it, and they'll just start laughing.
He needs. If I was Brody, I would do that when I answered the phone. I do. I would.
I did the Rutro Raggy to a customer the other day.
Oh, nice.
He was wearing a Scooby-Doo shirt, and he came in, and he was like, man, I'm just really trying to figure out blah, 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 and I broke this and broke that, and I was like, whoa, Rutro Raggy? And he started to giggle, and I was like, oh my God, I can't do the rest. I can't. I'm too, and now I can't do it. And he's like, that was amazing.
Jessica said your goofy sounds Canadian, which
Yeah,
it does.
I know, and that's the hard part because of how he talks. You have to like change how you say your words, and then it does. It sounds super Canadian, and I'm like, oh, great.
It's funny as shit though, like because it,
Maybe it's the Canadian goofy.
I can't. Nah, I can't do any of those. God, I used to be able to do some, but I got nothing anymore.
I see, and I work on them. Obviously, I'm crazy, right? And I talk to myself and all of that shit. So when people aren't around, I'll do these noises. I'll make these voices and shit, and just like I don't know if I can do it anymore. But you remember the movie Lilo and Stitch or whatever,
Yeah.
right? I don't know if I can do it, but nope, I can't. I can't even. I can feel it in my throat. I can't get there. But I used to be able to say blue punch buggy, no punchbacks, right?
Right.
And I'll probably figure it out and work on it a little bit more, and we'll do it again. But I used to have a handful of them that I could do, and over the years I just stopped doing them because they started to become less relevant.
Right.
I never did Mickey until this last couple of weeks when I heard Brody doing it. I was like, if I hear it enough times, maybe I can do it. So I would do it to get him to do it. And I'd do it again. He'd do it again. It's kind of like my laugh every time somebody brings up a certain number. It happens. And then want to say my Packer?
Ooh, which is a little off. You must be sick.
Yeah, I'm starting to. I can feel it this side.
I was going to say.
Want to say my Packer? See, and so like we were sitting there, and he wasn't paying attention at first, and I started to kind of do Herbert the pervert. Jesus. Oh, you want to come get a popsicle, boy? And he fucking dies laughing, and he's like, "That's creepy as shit." And I was just like,
Oh, can you get the wheeze in there? The
whistle?
Yeah.
I used to be able to. I think right now my mustache is too long. I think that's what's fucking me. Want to get a popsicle?
Ooh, you almost got it.
Almost had it.
But
yeah, no, I used to be able to get it really good. That one for me was always fun. People didn't like that one.
Yeah, I can imagine. I used to be able to do Bobby from Bobby's World.
Oh yeah,
I could do that one. I'm sure I'm
currently trying to work on my King of the Hill, my Hank Hill.
Oh my God, if I could get Hank Hill.
I'm going to go down to Taco Bell and get me a Baja Blast. I can't. I'm a little off tone.
Yeah,
and I'm not quite Texan enough. There's definitely some Texan in there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck.
I loved it. Yeah, that's one thing. I wish there were two things I could have. It'd be able to do voices and draw.
No. So apparently, Carly asked me if I had heard Haas's Forrest Gump yet, and I have. And what I will tell you, Jenny, is I'm not very good at that one, but I'm working on it. So it's because I heard him do it the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that's pretty fucking good."
Dude, do you
Every time somebody brings up Forrest Gump, too, the only thing I can think of, oh my God, I'm dead. I'm dead inside.
Your mom really wants you to go to this school, boy.
She really loves you, boy. But I think my favorite one from Forrest Gump is Bubba. There's gumbo shrimp and fried shrimp. Or like if somebody can do a Lieutenant Dan, you have to be spot on with that.
Yeah. That's Gary Sinise, though. I do believe was the
the
actor that did Lieutenant Dan.
She also wants you to, well, or she said Casey is Dale.
Oh, Dale. All right.
Bubba, really? Yeah. No, I wish I could do. I mean, I can get kind of there, but I got to be in the right mindset and shit. And
Yeah.
obviously, not have a plugged nose. But no, it's funny because I've always had a few, but I've heard other people. So, who is it? There's somebody else at work that does a pretty good Scooby Doo. There's a couple of them who do pretty good at making fun of each other.
Yeah.
Oh
They
my
all-
God damn it. It's so funny, but shut up.
I used to have a pretty good Yogi. I could do Yogi.
Hey, boo boo.
Want to go steal a picnic basket?
There you go. Yeah, seeing. Yeah, that's
Boo Boo.
Boo Boo would be the hard one.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of nasally and high pitched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that. I'd have to listen to it too. That's the other thing, is if I don't listen to it, I can't just.
Yeah, you
wing
have
it.
to hear it. Do you remember the Police Academy movies?
Not necessarily.
Oh, they had one actor on there. He could do all sorts of voices. And
Oh, the
sounds
guy.
and- yeah.
Spaceballs.
Oh, yeah.
I lost the beeps. Beep boop. Beep boop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. He does the noise. I can't do the noises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lost the sweeps. You know, like does all the weird like motions. His cheeks flop back and forth. Yes. No. He is a sound genius.
yes.
That guy's crazy. But I think I seen a Facebook reel of him in the police video deal or whatever it was, and he's doing all of his noises, and they're just putting them.
Oh my God! You want movies? You need to go back and watch the Police Academies. They were fun. Bobcat Goldthwait.
Motormouth Jones.
Yes, Motormouth Jones.
Yep.
Tackleberry. Like,
you know who used to be a good one is everybody doing Arnold.
Oh,
Get down.
yeah.
Grab my hand, Maria. You know.
You got to do Get to the Chopper.
Oh, seeing, I'm not good at that one.
That's the
Get
one.
to the chopper.
Yeah, that's the one.
Chopper is hard.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper. Or like when he comes back in what is it? Not the Inglourious Bastards. It's the other one. The other like super
I'll Be Back.
No, so he does that, right? But
Right.
then he comes back in the movie with Sylvester Stallone and all those guys, Terry Crews and all that.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do, and now I've lost it.
And there's 3 of them, and they're fucking good movies. They're intense. There's a little bit of feelings. Jason Statham's in them.
Yeah, I gotta love.
So, I mean, all the guys in them, I mean, it's just a cast of bad motherfuckers.
Speaking of Jason Statham, and this, I'll tie back to concerts. In Crank, his doctor was Dwight Yoakam, right?
Uh-huh.
Dwight Yoakam is going to play in Pocatello
No
August
shit.
12th. It's a Friday.
We should go.
My wife bought tickets for
Oh, nice. Nice.
Because that fall... Oh, Jessica's got us. The Expendables.
Expendables.
Thank
Yes,
you.
and he comes back in and he goes, I told you I would be back. or something like, or no, he comes sliding in. He's like, I'm back. You know, you're just like fucking iconic, bitches.
Yep.
So, no, I love that. He was grab onto my hand, Maria. Like he was always just super, and I fucking loved it. I actually met him when I was a kid, and that's I think
Really?
what made it more. Yeah, I didn't meet him like my parents met him or like everybody else in the lodge met him. Because I was a kid, but
Right.
when you walk by him, being a kid, even it was just like, dude, this guy's a fucking mountain of a man, and this is before he became California's
Mr. Universe or
exactly.
like whatever he ended up. Yeah.
And so he was. I mean, dude was huge, and he picked me up because what happened was I was running through the lodge being a turd, right, with
You're
all
a
of our
kid.
friends, and
Yeah.
we're snowed in, and there's nowhere you can't go anywhere, whatever, right? So we're running around the gift shop, just being goofy kids. they're all in listening to some comedy show, whatever, and they're all sitting in the dining room area, and they're all pouring coffee and having sodas and shit. They actually weren't drinking, which surprised the fuck out of me, but you know, because that's where I learned to cope with most of my things.
Right.
But I was running around, and I was gonna fall in a spot that wasn't so ideal, and he just grabbed me, and he picked me up, and he was like, "Be careful," and he sets me down, and I was just like, oh shit. I mean, the dude was huge, and I didn't quite understand who he was.
Right.
He went in and sat down, and they poured him a cup of coffee, and he hung out, and he bullshitted with all of our parents. And then I don't know, we all went to our cabins and shit. And, we met Arnold Schwarzenegger, blah blah blah. The only thing that would make this more iconic is if every time he left somewhere, he was like, "I'll be back," like just waving out the window, "I'll be back."
That's so awesome.
It's okay. Every one of you can tell me how bad my Arnold
your
is.
Arnold's great. Great.
What's in the glass? Which glass? There's lots of glass.
Say
that one, more specifically, because it's unlabeled, is Jameson. This is water.
Because somebody doesn't feel good.
Yeah, because I'm sick and I'm trying to unsick myself.
Yeah,
so
fluids will do it.
Work.
You'll get there.
Oh, I'm sure I'll get there. It'll be you're sick, get the fuck away from me. Go home. What are you doing? No, I'll deal with it. Go home. No, I got this. No, shut up. Go home. That's what I'll get all day tomorrow. I'm like, fuck. As Casey digs out the orange Gatorade. I can't believe you drink orange Gatorade. I don't like orange Gatorade.
Oh, orange Gatorade is my favorite.
See, I like the purple one. I like grape. Nobody likes grape. There's always stock of grape.
No, the best grape one actually is the G2 grape.
Yeah.
It tastes different than the other grape.
It does.
That
I
one's
actually like
shit.
the not so syrupy ones, so they give you the full blast Powerade or Gatorade, right? And then you have like the half-ass Powerade Gatorade where it's like watered down because it's just light Gatorade.
Yeah.
Or Powerade. I like those better.
Yeah, I think
they're not so syrupy and shit.
The G2 one is. I actually like the Gatorade Zeros. They don't, for no sugar, they don't taste bad.
Yeah, no, they do great. And it's like, no sugar? That means I'm working on my girlish figure and I get to hydrate?
Well, that was like...
sign me up.
My wife went to the store today, right? Goes grocery shopping. I'm like, hey, get me these. And she was like, you want 5 Gatorades? I was like, no, I want Gatorade Zeros. And she's like, oh, okay. It's like... I mean, I get it. I'm like the epitome of health here.
Right. No, you are a finely tuned athletic specimen.
Yeah. So I could use a little
now
sugar.
You're even lighter.
Because
you will not be producing certain juices.
No, you still produce them.
This is bullshit surgery then.
No.
You're not lighter. The only thing you can't do is get somebody pregnant. This is a horse shit surgery. You got stitches in your ball sack. You had to hold your pecker up. You had to shave your junk. So next week you're going to be all kinds of cranky and mean and rude and everything else.
Because I'm so fucking horrible all the time.
No, but you get your fucking in the wrong spot. You will be. You're like, you motherfuckers. You just drug this thing across sandpaper. You motherfuckers.
I just sat on a nut.
Dude, that's not funny. I've done that. That's not a joking matter. I went to jump into the truck on a hot summer day one time in shorts, like basketball shorts.
Yeah,
Jump, because my trucks have all been lifted.
Yeah.
So I jump. Balls are hanging a little low. Apparently forget the memo that you need to get up above the seat. Slammed my left thigh right into him.
Oh, no.
And just mashed him against the seat. Cried for about 30 minutes before we went anywhere.
I can honestly say this is how I know I'm getting older and gravity's taking place. I used to not have an issue of, it was very rare, but I'm noticing more and more when I go to sit down. It's like, you need to be in the right positions here.
And so like one of my favorite things to do is because our chairs are so tall up front.
Yeah.
I jump up in the air and land on them. So I have to make sure shit's out of the way. You have a couple of seconds to make sure that your balls are going up as your ass is coming down.
Yeah,
If you end up in the wrong spot, you could be, hello?
Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
What can I do for you today? As you're like falling off the chair.
It could be extraordinarily painful and a hurt.
Oh, man. You know what's funny? There's always that cringe moment when you see it in a video. It's that split second of, oh, and it wasn't me. You know, you're like, oh my God. And then it's like the next video, and now you're just like, you're slowly cringing towards like putting your legs together more and moving your hand across your lap. It's like, oh my God, how many of these poor motherfuckers are gonna get whopped in the nuts?
I was trying to make myself a vasectomy song, like that I could sing.
Heave ho,
Heave ho.
No more. Like
I was gonna go with my balls don't jiggle jiggle, they slap.
My balls don't jiggle jiggle or fold. They've been cut and discord.
Yeah.
I need therapy after this. Yes, so do we. It is a recommended deal.
Yeah.
That's funny. Now I'm gonna be stuck thinking about how to come up with that.
I was trying, like, all I had was like,
somewhere over the rainbow, they've found what I've left behind.
well, I had like, what was the actually the Christmas tree beat you can kind of work.
How would you work that?
I had it before and I lost it.
Oh,
but, it started to work out to that beat. Kind of like, or God, what was it? I was just gonna go simple though, like, this is my vasectomy song. Now that my balls are gone,
I can fit in a man thong.
With a snip here and a snip there.
Here, snip, there, snip,
everybody snip, snip. Now I have ice on my dick.
Old cut balls.
Yeah.
I don't have much for the rest of that.
That's the problem, is like I start going and then you want to get it into the rhyming thing, right?
Right.
You know, trying to find all the right words to make stuff rhyme, but
this is my no square. Oh shit, they cut me there.
Right. At least they didn't get the tip.
Right. Went in for surgery the other day. Came out with everything but what I tried to remove. They got me. No, that's funny. I'm going to be working on that for a while now. This is going to be a thing.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think there's a good vasectomy song out there, so there needs to be a good
We'll come up with something. I'm sure we will. We're pretty good at this fucking stupid shit.
You know, something about
we're not good at fucking useful shit, but stupid shit we're pretty decent at.
I lost the fruit of my tree today.
that could turn into one of those. The grass is always greener on the other side, unless it's not.
Unless it's not, yeah.
What? That's how the statement goes. What do you mean? What if it's not? I can see it being like a roses are red thing too.
Yeah,
roses are red, violets are blue. Not my balls. They're gone too. Hickory dickory dock. My balls aren't connected to my cock. Oh, brain bleach. No, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
I don't have any other good ones.
I don't know, but it's going to be rolling around in your head for a while now of
yeah, there'll be vasectomy jokes. I thought about looking up vasectomy jokes just for today.
Oh yeah, no,
And then it was like I was so beat. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna lay here."
you're like, no, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I'm sleepy.
No, I thought about it. I was like, oh, we could have some pretty good ball jokes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I don't. I'll come up with more, I'm sure. The question will be whether I remember them or forward them to you. I'll have to sting them out to Siri and hope she gets it right.
Thinking about this year.
I guess I could just voice chat them to you. That'd be pretty good.
Well, now my future kids won't get swallowed; they'll just get starved.
I don't know where to go.
Right?
Red Rover, Red Rover. Send the jit. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
That's hurtful. Oh, I'm sure there's at least one good one out there that's been thought up and all that.
Well, let's find out here.
Oh man, do you like Almond Joys? Because now you're a mound. That's a Carly joke right there. Do you like your chocolate with or without nuts? I didn't even think of that. See, now you're not fresh nuts. You're like boiled peanuts.
Yeah. Well, now my white chocolate macadamia is now just the white chocolate.
White chocolate. There's your stage name, White Chocolate. Nah, fuck that. If you go on stage, I'm calling you Mounds.
Hey, did you hear about the doctor who botched a vasectomy?
No.
He missed and got the sack.
Oh, shit.
My wife said, "You got a vasectomy without telling me? Are you serious?" I said, "I'm not kidding you."
Shit.
Oh.
Denutted, yes, he's been neutered.
No, the nuts are there.
No,
they're just not fruitful.
Yeah. They're stale nuts.
They're stale nuts.
They are now stale nuts.
They're dry roasted.
Them bitches is smoked.
What does a king call a vasectomy?
I don't know what.
A haircut.
Oh. That's pretty good.
The doctor's price for my vasectomy was a little high for me, but my offer was too low for him. In the end, we split the difference.
Oh my god. See, what's going to happen is you're going to continue to look these up, and I'm going to get hit with these all week long at work.
Oh, you better believe it. I'm just saying
They're seedless. You're right. It's seedless fruit now.
Yeah. I was just doing my part for the Me Too movement.
In other words, he didn't want evidence.
Right?
Because if you ask him, he will tell you it's his decision.
Yeah.
You know, like, a vasectomy is like the world's best cheating, like, disguise thing.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because like I said, I told my wife what Ray tells his. It's just keeping me honest.
Oh, I'm not worried about it. I mean, I'm just going to be honest.
Well,
it was the 6 questions of, are you sure? My wife going, well, what if you want to have another kid? Well, you don't want to have kids.
I was going to say, did you look at her and go, with who?
Well, I did. I was like, with who? And she's like, well, if you ever decided to trade me in, or like, I was like, what the fuck are you
trade you
about?
in?
Yeah,
are you fucking kidding me? Newer models are way more fucking
she
problems.
Was like, she said something about that. Yeah, when you trade me in for like a 25-year-old girlfriend or something like that. And I was like,
my god!
I was like, no, I don't want any of that.
Look. Here's the deal. You trade in a good running old steady pickup for a fucking brand new hot rod. You know what happens and what comes along with that? When it breaks down, the parts are way fucking more expensive. Yeah, it doesn't work. I told them, I was like, I'm not trading in old trusty rusty for some fucking shiny new plastic. Then I got in trouble for that whole analogy, and I'm like, what?
No, I was just like, No, I got 2 kids. I'm happy. Life's good.
Oh my God, she says now semen free, and the only thing I could think of was light chocolate,
Light chocolate. I like it.
no nuts for all the butts.
I can take my arm being sore or even my leg. That's no problem. But a vasectomy? That's a whole different ball game.
That was perfect. I love that one. No, Oh, this sounds good.
This one's better. I got a vasectomy so my wife wouldn't get pregnant. But apparently all it does is change the color of the baby.
Oh, shit. Okay, we're out. Back up. Go away. Stop. We're going to get in trouble somewhere. Now, we've gone from innocent nut jokes to fucking horrible stereotypes. Shit. We have done fucked up, AA Ron.
Well, but see, that's when people say the vasectomy is like the...
No, Oscar, I swear to God, I didn't make that statement online or on air. That was all him. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh,
Perm ban incoming.
yeah,
LOL.
right. What do a Christmas tree and a vasectomy have in common?
What?
The balls are only ornamental.
That's fucking funny. I was waiting for you to be like, because them chest roasters, those nuts are roasted or something.
Oh, I've told you. Have you heard? I have a nut joke.
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody has one at some point in time. I don't have one currently, but I'm gaining them quickly here.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gaining a nutless joke.
Well, here, I'll give you a nut joke. What do you call nuts on a wall?
I don't know what.
Walnuts.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's...
Okay. What do you call nuts on a chest?
I'm going to go chestnuts.
Okay. What do you call nuts on a chin?
Chin?
My dick in your mouth.
That's like one of my favorites is, do you like dragons? And they normally have to answer with yes, right? Because you go, cool. Like with me dragons my balls across your face later.
Yeah, things like that.
I've said it enough that everybody's like, no. And I'm like, then you won't like me dragging my nuts across your face later. That I've had to come up with a variable answer.
The first doctor to ever perform a vasectomy really got the ball rolling.
Brings a whole new meaning to dropping balls.
Yes. I used to be a mass murderer, but then I got a vasectomy.
Oh. Dumping. That's fucking bad. We've got to stop. This is getting way too aggressive.
Way too aggressive.
This is getting too aggressive. Oh, you know who else I can do? I just thought of this because when I do the aggressive thing, I get all fucking worked up. What'd you find?
I went to get a vasectomy because I don't want to have any children. But when I went back home, they were still there.
Decent. That's fucking hilarious. Now sauce-free Rocky Mountain oysters. Almost close. You're close to that.
Oh,
see, now you can do the young stud joke or the steer joke. I was such a fucking bull that they cut me. Now I'm a steer. You know, which I have a bull joke is pretty good.
An old hillbilly goes in for a vasectomy wearing a tuxedo. When he arrives, the doctor asks him, "Sir, why are you wearing a tuxedo?" Old hillbilly says, "You said I was gonna be impotent. I figured if I was gonna be impotent, I better look impotent too."
That's hilarious. Old bull and a young bull standing at the top of the hill. There's a herd of heifers down in the field there.
Yeah.
And The young bull goes, "Hey, let's run down there and fuck one of them heifers." And the old bull looks over at him and goes, "How about we walk down there and fuck them all?" I fucking love that joke.
My wife wants to prove she's brave enough to get a vasectomy. I told her she doesn't have the balls to do it.
Oh my god, I've heard this like once out of my wife, and I absolutely like immediately told her to stop. I heard "suck my dick" come out of her mouth, and I was like, "You don't have one. Stop talking about mine."
Normally, when my wife tells me to suck her dick, I say, "Whip it out, big boy."
Yeah.
Okay, last one, and I'll stop.
Sure.
What do you call a Mexican with a vasectomy?
I don't know. Refried beans.
A dry Martinez.
A dry Martinez. What was I was gonna say something, and now I'm fucked up. Oh shit! Seedless grapes.
Seedless grapes.
Pleasure for all. That's a pretty decent one. Oh, you should do like the Oompa Loompa song to it somehow. Oompa Loompa, Oompity Doo. You know, like I don't know. What do you get when you cut off his balls? You know, like yeah.
Oh shit.
I don't even want to go where I was thinking. It's not good.
You might want to stop on that one before you.
Oh shit. Here's the like do some Dr. Seuss shit. 1 ball, 2 ball. Disconnected Jew balls. I don't know.
Disconnected.
I don't know. I don't
Jew
fucking.
balls.
Red ball, blue ball.
I was gonna go 1 ball, 2 ball. No more screwball.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. The vasectomy jokes are pretty good.
Hello, silence, my old friend.
Right.
My balls will not meet you once again. In the dark, I've been very wronged. Now I fit into a large man thong.
That one's kind of working. I'll be honest.
All right, well, I know we're hitting a bunch of dead air because we're both doing stupid shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna find us a would you rather because
are you?
Yeah, we're like at an hour 40, and this is after you took
The
a break.
20 minutes of shit before I had to stop and go.
Yeah, so we're a
like
couple
2 hours.
We're a couple hours.
But everybody loves nut jokes.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean,
my singing may not be great, but the lyrics are pretty fire.
Now my balls are gone.
I'll work on that one. That was a good one.
Run and tell your mom.
It's so fucking awesome. I love it. Nut songs with the disconnected chord boys. I don't.
Well, you know,
MC Juicebox, DJ Bucksnort,
now you
firing on a half of their cylinders because only one of them has the balls to do it. I'm sure there's like a Three Dog Night song or something that we could, or like a CCR song that we could just butcher with this.
I'm sure. I didn't Google vasectomy song, so I mean, it could be out there.
trying to like, I don't know, throw my a very iconic country song into the mix here.
How? Which one?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh,
Because I feel like that would be a good one to hit.
well, let's look here and see if
Oh,
there's
here we
even
go.
one.
Got a bunch of scissors and peanut emojis from Carly. I don't know if that's like good nut jokes or like cut it out type of thing.
Hey, look at that.
Would you find a
There's
good
a
one?
Family Guy vasectomy song.
Oh, I'm sure that's great.
I'll just go to the lyrics because it's a Family Guy one. Let's see.
Right.
Does
it say what the song, or is it like its own tune?
Well, I don't know. Let's see if it'll say. Oh, come on.
When I reach down to scratch them.
All right, so
they were
the
not
vasectomy song is a song sung by the Barbershop Quartet in sibling rivalry. So this is Barbershop. A vasectomy is a medical procedure, one that makes you half a man. You're half a man. Remember, when you twisted up your garden hose? Well, essentially, that is the plan. That is the plan. Well, I'm starting to get the picture, but how's it's done? You make a small incision in the scrotal skin, isolate the vase, and then you hold it in position with a towel clamp. Then you snip the fibrous tissue. Basically, they just walk you through.
Yeah, it's just a description of what the fuck you're doing in song form. See, I could see there being like an AC/DC song or some shit that would be fucking iconic as hell.
Say goodbye to manhood.
Or like
say goodbye to babies. Say goodbye to kids like Meg.
Oh my god. See, I'm thinking like Highway to No Danger Zone. Oh goodness gracious! Great balls of fire! Not anymore, buddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say. But no, I don't think there's a good vasectomy song out there. So we
will create one.
We must create
MC Juicebox and DJ Bucksnort will fucking figure this out. Oh no.
Come on.
Carly says achy breaky heart.
Oh. Don't cut my nuts. My achy breaking nuts.
They just might not understand. Because if you cut my nuts, won't be getting butts. And I think I'll be half a man. Oh, that one. That's good. That's a good one. We're going to roll with that shit.
Okay. All right. I got to do a would you rather and then we'll.
Okay. You got one?
No.
You're too focused on the nuts.
I am.
Or see, this is what happens when you get a vasectomy. You can't focus on more than one nut at a time. You're fucked, man. You screwed yourself. From now on, you'll be like, oh,
you know, Brock.
Okay.
I've just felt really disconnected today.
I knew it. I was like, there's gonna be a good joke somewhere that'll be something that he's thought up, and he'll forget it, and then it'll just come out of nowhere.
That one actually just popped into my head at the moment. I was like, oh, disconnected. This is it. We can go there.
I feel a little separated from my work today.
It's almost like the power cord's not plugged in.
Oh my god, you need to use that against your wife tomorrow and be like, God, I don't know what's going on, but I just feel disconnected today, and see what the look is on her face. I would fucking pay to see that. Needs to be a TikTok video.
Well, let me record her on talk. Or else I would say all sorts of shit to her. Just to get
I
her
know. Right?
reaction.
I thought about doing it to my wife, and I'm like, no, she'll fucking kill me.
I was going to say one of those reactions may be used in evidence in the trial. If I murder
Oh my god, who's got big balls? Not Casey's balls. Okay, now we're just getting horrible.
It's okay. I can handle it. Let's see.
Just nutted today. I feel lonely. There's not a bunch of children driving me nuts.
The forest has no trees.
And this itch is killing me.
With the pain that'll bring you to your knees.
Stand once again, my lonely son.
Know
It's
that
not-
you'll only be one.
In the oven there will be no buns. You don't have the juice to make it fun. Disconnected. That's a good one.
Disconnected.
There you go. He feels disconnected today. I would pay money to see the look on her face when you drop that motherfucker.
Well, yeah.
And we should say that in a TikTok and then make her duet it, blind react it. You should just be like, no, you have to blind react this.
Oh, yeah, it's not gonna happen. I guarantee it.
She'd be like, I already fucking seen it. No, you're an asshole.
Have you seen the one I sent you?
Oh, I don't know, probably. Well, no, because I haven't done any in a while.
Oh, you gotta do one. I sent you one that I sent her too. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, you'll have to watch it.
Ooh, we need to see if anybody wants to see us do the tortilla thing.
Oh yeah,
The tortilla challenge.
we'll have to ask some people.
Have you found a Would You Rather yet?
No, because I keep losing it.
Keep jumping into song form.
Yeah, I know. I keep just thinking about,
Don't cut my balls, my achy breaky balls.
Oh,
I just don't think they'll understand.
I was, the life is a highway.
And I'm gonna live it half the night.
Anyway,
That's a good one. And the thunder don't roll.
oh, and the lightning don't strike. Okay. Would you rather lose the ability to read or the ability to speak?
Read. I can't read for shit anyways.
Like, I'm out on reading.
Yeah, I have a great old Idaho education where I failed at a lot of things, and they were like, "Fuck it, push him through. He works hard. Do this. He's a good laborer. Let's get him out there." So I'm totally in on the talking thing, because you don't realize how much communication you actually have to have for just even your smallest tasks, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe not being able to read, but realizing, hey, I looked at the fucking picture, and it looks like if you put your hand here, we're going to be going to the hospital. So I probably wouldn't do that. Now, I didn't read it, so I hope you can read and tell me if that's what it says. But I'm going to guess that's what it is. And since I wouldn't put my pecker there, I'm not putting my finger there.
I don't need words. Just give me pictures.
Exactly. Oh, I'm
I
in.
will
Show me
figure it
some
out.
photos. I will put this plastic Barbie car together, buddy. By the way, not something I thought I was going to end up doing. 4 years from having my first child, was laying on the floor playing with Barbies. I was like, fuck, they got me.
Yep,
They got me.
they do every time. That's how this works. Yeah, I think I would have to. I'd be more okay with losing my ability to read and speak.
Right. I mean, unless everybody knew sign language, we'd be okay. But at that point, it's a form of reading. Because a lot of shit in sign language is spelled out. And I'm going to tell you right now, when somebody starts spelling shit in sign language, I start getting lost.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they're like doing all this shit, and I'm just like, this is Braille for deaf people. It sucks. You know, because then there's like somebody who's like rubbing their hand against the wall, and they're like, don't put hand on third line. Uh-oh. You know, they're
Right.
like, oh shit. But what do I do? Where's the what?
Right.
You're just hoping they're like standing there and they've got their hand on the wall. It's like, what are you doing? Concentrating. I'm trying to read this.
All right, I have one more here, then we'll call her good. Would you rather have all of your Google searches or all of the photos on your phone made public?
Phone.
Yeah.
See, because we have a real life thing called things you shouldn't Google,
Yeah. And
and the Alabama Hot Pocket is tonight. So I would not fucking Google that. Things you should not Google.
yes.
And so my Google browser is fucked, like it's loaded full of fuck shit like that. And I think the one the other day was like, what would happen if two midgets were stuck together or some shit like that? And I was like, things you should not Google. And then I end up Googling it and it didn't come up with shit. But I was like, oh my God.
No, this sounds like a good idea. Let's do this.
Oh, here we go. Because I'm definitely going with photos. I don't take naked photos. I don't do any of that kind of shit. It's me, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah. But, so, I mean, you're going to get a ton of dog photos, child photos, work photos.
Yeah.
Shit, people will be like, what the fuck is that? Just some stupid fucking part or piece that I broke or, you know, part
Customer
numbers
asked
or whatever.
for it. Oh, yeah, no, that would be totally what mine was, too. It would be a whole lot of...
Maybe the occasional, like, beach photo with me and the kiddo or some shit.
Yeah.
So, we don't take, like, photos anymore. We take fucking selfies with the child.
Yeah, that's
kind of funny.
That's what you do now.
Yeah. So, I'm totally cool with that.
I was just saying, my gallery's full of like every fucking TikTok video and shit like
yeah,
that.
I got all those too.
I was gonna say, so
forgot about those.
Most of my photos have all been published online anyway.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Say
Carly also says photos, and I believe she said that she would go without reading.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think those are pretty easy choices. So, well, not to cut you off, but no, I got one more in. Cut you off.
Oh, sneaky!
I was trying, but it fell flat because
I totally missed it. Yeah, I totally
fucking
missed it.
That's okay. Well,
I thought we had moved on.
No, I don't think I can move on for a little while, but we'll spare the rest of the world.
I don't know if I can move on. Oh my God! Steam it up, buddy. Steam it up. Let's stitch this ending in here, would you?
Let's put a stitch in this episode. And with that, I thank everybody for listening. Like you said, join the Dysfunction. Reach out to us, interact with us, let us know what you think, what you want to hear.
Hit us with your best vasectomy joke or song.
Oh my gosh.
I will look forward to this.
If you can get me the lyrics, I will sing the song and make a TikTok or a reel.
Yeah.
Or whatever. We will make this happen. But no, I appreciate everybody. As always, thank you for watching, listening, just hanging out with us for a while. So you all have a good night.